Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing today? And welcome to the latest edition of Drew Mania Live. Nice to have you with us on this Monday, the 16th day of April, the year 2018. And of course, this is yours truly, Andrew L. Perry. And as always, coming to you live and at you from the busy streets, which is Brooklyn, New York. And today I'm outside actually, the campus of Long Island University as I chat to you what is going on in the world of sports. We have a busy sports week, day 3 of the NBA playoffs, and tonight is the game 2 of the Eastern Conference first round between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Miami Heat, and the Houston game 2 also of the Western Conference first round between the the Golden State Warriors and the San Antonio Spurs. But and also we have NHL playoffs tonight. A critical game for the New Jersey Devils as they try to avoid a 3-0 series lead as they play Game 3 tonight. That should be an hour away, a couple of hours away from now. But we begin with the New York Mets and the Yankees. Yankees had a rough week as far as weather is concerned. It was rained out before. It was both rained out for the game. The game will be make up in May 14th, I believe, against the Detroit Tigers. But we kick off the show talking about the Mets. Even though the Mets are playing the Washington Nationals tonight, even though they lost Saturday to the Milwaukee Brewers, at some point, the winning streak was going to come to an end. Now we're going to find out from this Mets team how they respond for that winning streak. Will it continue, or would it be? Oh, it's just the first season. See you later. What we going to find out about this Mets team? Because to me, the Mets look like the Mets could stay in the first place throughout the rest of the year. But to me, I know the season just started. I understand that, but you know what? Why not enjoy this winning streak? And matter of fact, why not enjoy this record? You're 2-12. You have the best record in baseball right now. Prior to the Red Sox, you're number one in the NL East. This has been the team we've been wanting from this Mets team for a long time. And the pitching is always going to be there. It's the foundation. Noah Syndergaard yesterday. Noah Syndergaard game. 8 strikeouts. Could have lost the game yesterday with Milwaukee, but give the Mets credit for bouncing back the way they did. And the Milwaukee Brewers are 8-8. The Milwaukee Brewers are finished 8-8, but the Mets took the series, and you got to be happy most of all if you're a Mets fan. Despite the fact what you've seen last year. Last year, let's be honest, it was a terrible year, terrible. Okay, and the bats that we've been waiting for, the offers we have, we've been waiting to see since they went to the World Series. And the Mets look, and the more you watch this Mets team year in and year out, and watch this Mets team this year, they look like they playing like they on a mission. And you know what? I can't blame them. This Mets team want to get back to the World Series. And so far, I give Mickey Callaway a lot of credit. He makes some adjustments with their bats, which is not easy. Even though Cespedes has been struggling a lot, this season. But I wouldn't have to worry too much because they don't need. yes, I understand the Mets will go at Cespedes but you don't have to count on Cespedes to win the game. You have Todd Frazier who have power, who could pull the ball. You have Jay Bruce who could pull the ball, who's a pull ball hitter. You have Adrian Gonzalez who is a R&B machine. Despite the fact of his age, he's an R&B machine, and he could take the Mets to the next level. And the Mets is more disciplined. Who could have thought Murderers Road is not at the Bronx. It's actually at Flushing. Because with this offense right now, the Mets can beat you in so many ways. They don't have to hit a lot of They don't have to hit 60 home runs to win games. And they bullpen, despite their bullpen, to me, is the best bullpen in baseball in my eyes. I think AJ Moore's was a huge pickup. Huge one. Blevins is okay. Robert Gsellman shows you could have some moments, but he's not always effective. And Jerry's Familia is still Jerry's Familia. Still a fireball closer. And once you have a bullpen, because that's what's going to take the Mets farther in my opinion. That's what's going to make the Mets go even further. If their bullpen don't cough off games and be lights out, the Mets will be in good shape throughout the rest of the year. Now, so far, I like everything what this Mets is doing right now. I like everything what the Mets are doing right now. I like the bats. I like the bats. Their pitching is always going to be there. And I said it in the beginning of the year. The Mets pitching, I want to see some Cy Youngs throughout the end of the road. And we want to see at least one championship would be satisfying. But I can't look any further, right? I can't look any further. But the Mets have to be continue to dominate. Continue. Once they do that, they'll be in good shape. Now, as far as the Yankees, they had a rained out last night. They had a rained out yesterday and Saturday. But let's be honest, they're really up to a really rough start. Giancarlo Stanton, he's been struck out 6 or 8 times. Aaron Judge is not up to a good start. Their pitching is lackluster. Let's be honest. And their bullpen has not been good. And the worst insult to injury, the Red Sox are running away with that division right now. Without any R&B machine. And we're gonna find out later down the road, like whether if it's in May or June. June to me is where you're gonna see where you're gonna see with these both teams. Either Yankees or Mets. Where you're gonna find out about this team. Either June or maybe. I think it's probably before June you're gonna find out what this Mets team or what this Yankees team is gonna be about. And should be a fascinating MLB season as the season goes along. Now let's move on to the NBA. Now let's move on to the NBA playoffs. And we didn't see the best, and I think Kenny Smith said it best, some shit best. If you're gonna beat Cleveland, this is the year to beat them because Cleveland looked awful yesterday. Give Indiana credit. They punch them in. They put them in a sleeper hold, and the Cleveland never woke up. They tried, but they never did. And then the result is a Pro Bowl game too. What they're gonna do there? What they're gonna do from here? And Cleveland has been up and down throughout the year. The games so far has been boring. I think this NBA playoffs is gonna be more interesting than it was last year. Last year it was awful games. But the best game we have seen by far this weekend is without question the Milwaukee Bucks versus the Boston Celtics. The Celtics, it was a classic. It was a good back and forth. I'm not gonna say it's a classic game. To me, it's not. It was a wild game. It was a wild game. The Celtics was leading as much as the Celtics didn't get a big lead. Give Milwaukee credit. They challenged the Celtics back and forth, including that shot. Middleton, what a heck of a shot! What a heck of a shot from way downtown. I thought that when I saw that instant replay, I thought for a second he missed it because of the red background. It looked like he missed it. He missed the shot. The ball just came off right in the fingertips. But give him credit. He released it just in the nick of time, and the result, it went into overtime, and Boston was going to win. And it should be a fascinating second round. I would love to see Boston versus Philadelphia. I think the series is going to be more fascinating. It's going to be more fascinating than I would say more fascinating than the West. And finally, as far as the San Antonio Spurs, it's no secret Kawhi Leonard's not coming back. And what you heard from Popovich, saying, you know what, you should talk to Kawhi Leonard people first. That should tell you something. That should tell you it's going to be a big issue between Kawhi Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard is really not happy if he's really injured or not. But I guess it remains to be seen as the playoffs goes along. And on that note, that's going to do it for this edition of Drew Media Live. For more information about my show, please follow my show on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and iHeartRadio. And if I have more episodes tomorrow. Until then, this is Andrew Perry, always saying to you, shalom, let peace go with you. And I'll talk to you in the next Drew Mania Live. So long, everybody. Enjoy the NBA playoffs and enjoy all the sports.